Yeah, gut wrenching, debilitating, frustrating, whatever word you want to use to describe what took place on Monday night and how bad of a loss this was for the Los Angeles Rams. Go for it. But it's all that because that is a loss we shouldn't have taken. Nevertheless, we still got to pick ourselves up and we got to go to New England. This is Ramily Talk. The playmakers in the building. And let's start the show.
Maybe you from the 1970s, when the Los Angeles Rams was known as the Prison Foursome because of that defensive line. Or maybe you in the city of St. Louis, the gateway to the Midwest, where the greatest show on turf brought home the first ever Super Bowl championship. Or maybe you in the here and now, with the Rams back in LA, winners of Super Bowl 56. You can rock Eric Dickerson. You can rock Marshall Faulk, Isaiah Bruce, and Kurt Warner. Or maybe you rocking Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, and Matthew Stafford. It doesn't matter, but when it comes to this, it's all about the Los Angeles Rams. Horns up, Rams South. Time to talk Rams football.
Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing today? It is Thursday, November 14, 2024. Week 11 begins tonight with the Washington Commanders at Lincoln Financial Field to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. So the new NFL week begins. Unfortunately for us, we have to talk about what took place on Monday night against the Miami Dolphins. And speaking of week 11, preview our trip to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. But yes, I am in the building. Two Ramily Talks in the same week because we played on Monday Night Football. So it's an honor, privilege to do this. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that anytime that I go live for Ramily Talk, you can jump right on. You can listen to it. If you listen to the audio version, Ramily Talk is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and wherever else you can find podcasts at. So whatever you're doing, if you want to watch the video version or you want to listen to the audio version, whatever the case may be, make sure that whatever the platform that you are on, you hit that subscribe button, that follow button. That way, anytime I put Rams content out there, you can be the first one to get to it, listen to it, and see what we got going on here. So I really appreciate it, and I'm really thankful for everybody here. If you haven't noticed, I haven't said it in a while, but we are also sponsored by here at the Playmakers Blog by Fanatics, Lids, and Paramount Plus. So if you want to get your sports key, you got Fanatics, you got Paramount Plus. Fanatics has a 25% off deal going on right now using the promo code SCORES. That is SCORE, promo SCORES. That's for today only. So get out there, get your gear, get your Ram gear and whatnot. Like the hat that I got on here, I got this from Fanatics. I got this for a very great deal. So go ahead and get that going on and get your stuff. All right. Now, Monday Night Football to close out Week 10 was in SoFi Stadium. The Rams hosting the Miami Dolphins, a struggling Miami Dolphins team coming on a 3-game losing streak against a Rams team that was on a 3-game winning streak, continue to fight their way to get into the NFC West picture and in the wild card picture at the same time. Looking pretty good. We're coming in favorite. And this happened. 23-15, the Miami Dolphins got a big road win over the Los Angeles Rams. Historically, the Los Angeles Rams are now 2-13 all time against the Miami Dolphins. That's right. Now, those of you fact check me on that. I do believe that's what I saw. I do believe that's what I heard. And 2-13 all time against the Miami Dolphins. We don't play them very much, but when we do play them, we get our ass beat by them. The Dolphins were 2-6 coming to this game. 2-6! And they came in and got a big time dub over us. There's so much I want to say right now, but I'm going to make sure I get you the numbers that you're looking for before I say what I got to say. So let's go into it. The Rams had 327 of total offense. The Dolphins, the high-powered Dolphins, were led by Tua Tagovailoa with Devon Achane as the running back. You got Tyreek Hill on one side, Jalen Waddle on the other side, and the Rams defense helped them to 238 yards of offense. 238! We almost outgained them by 100 yards. Both teams had turnovers, 2 each. And yet, the Dolphins won. The Dolphins won. Tua Tagovailoa, 20 for 28, 207, a touchdown and a pick. He also had a fumble. Devon Achane, 12 carries for 37 yards. Jalen Waddle, 3 catches for 57 yards. Those are your leaders on the Miami Dolphins. Look at this. The speed that the Dolphins have was not on display on Monday night. And yet we gave up 23 points in a losing effort. Matthew Stafford, 32 for 46, 293, no touchdowns and 1 interception. Carryon Williams. Carrying Williams. 15 carries, 62 yards. Puka Nacua, 9 receptions, 98 yards. No worry, I'm going to give you some more stats because, I want to make sure I get you all the stats before I say what I need to say. Cooper Kupp, 7 catches for 80 yards. Defense forced the interception. They forced the fumble. Got them both. You said, we just sat here and said 207 for Tua. Tyreek Hill had 3 catches for 16 yards and a touchdown. That's Tyreek Hill we're talking about. 3 catches for 16 yards and a touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 3 catches for 45 yards. Raheem Mostert, 2 catches for 34 yards. OBJ had 2 catches for 17 yards. These are not eye-popping numbers coming from the Miami Dolphins. These are not eye-popping numbers that we are getting from the Miami Dolphins. It is amazing that we lost this game. And the Miami Dolphins didn't get 300 yards of offense. Now I want to give you the full composition of these numbers here. Let's go to the team statistics here. Okay. The Rams, 68 total plays, 327 yards, 4.8 yards per play. Passing, 257. Rushing yards, 70. Miami Dolphins, total yards, 238. Passing yards, 171. Rushing yards, 67. Tua was sacked 3 times. Stafford was sacked 4 times. Both threw an interception. Both had a fumble. But the Rams recovered that fumble. Third down efficiency. Miami Dolphins 6 for 13. Rams 3 for 12. Red zone. Miami Dolphins 2 out of 3. Rams 0 for 3 in the red zone. Penalties. Miami Dolphins 1 penalty for 15 yards. Rams 6 penalties for 64 yards. What the hell was that on Monday night, man? A young, optimistic defense got you 2 more turnovers, both of which was in Dolphins territory. The first one was an interception by Christian Roseburn, who got you all the way down to the Miami 14-yard line. You're in the red zone right out the gate. The very next play, Kerryon Williams fumbled the damn ball and give it right back to Miami. 4 plays later, Jerry Verse did the triple play. Sacked Tua, forced the fumble on Tua, and recovered the fumble by Tua. Got you down to the Miami 36-yard line. You get right back in the red zone, and you got to settle for a goddamn field goal. Missed opportunities by the offense. Poor execution by the offense cost the Rams a very important game here. We already knew we was behind the 8 ball going into this game. But we were still alive because nobody has won away with the NFC West. And quite frankly, we're still in the hunt for the wild card right now, even though we're behind the 8 ball in that too. A high octane offense of the Miami Dolphins couldn't even get going. They didn't have to get going because the offense for the Rams was so inept that the Dolphins took what the Rams defense allowed them to get, and they capitalized when they wanted to capitalize. I just taught you about 2 instances of a fumble or interception being put in the red zone, and the very next play, we found the ball gear right back to the Dolphins. We get the ball back off a fumble. We drive back into the red zone, but we have a kick a field goal. Speaking of field goals, we're down 10-6. We have the 52-yard field goal. Joshua McCarty makes the field goal. Unfortunately, we have an illegal precision penalty on the offense. Go back 5, he misses the goddamn kick. That following possession for the Miami Dolphins, they turn into a touchdown. That's a 10-point swing. Instead of being down 10-9, now we're down 17-6. A 10-point swing. Because poor execution on the offense. Bad snaps by the center to Matthew Stafford, taking us out of field goal range and scoring opportunities. This is what we are frustrated about. Because everybody knows the Rams should have won that damn game. Matthew Stafford, with the game on the line, misses Kerryon Williams wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. Which everybody that I know, from Seahawks fan to 49, people in our division is telling me Matthew Stafford don't make that mistake. The ineptitude on Monday night from the Los Angeles Rams offense. Now, those of you who want to point the finger at Sean McVay, I get it. He is the head of the offense. He calls the plays and whatnot. And he made a decision to shift the offensive line where Steve Avila didn't look good. Jonah Jackson at center didn't look good. And we was getting our ass whooped by the front four of the Miami Dolphins. But if you want to put your finger at Sean McVay for the offensive line shuffling, go ahead. But as far as play calling on Monday night, do not blame Sean McVay. Sean McVay called the right plays. The plays were there to be made. The offense failed to execute. That's on Matthew Stafford and that offense. The failure to execute is the reason why we took a gut-wrenching loss on Monday night. A loss that we should have never taken. Especially with a hot team offense like the Miami Dolphins, they couldn't even get 300 yards of offense. Devon Achane, how many rushing yards did Devontae Achane had? And who is more faster than Raheem Mostert, which is odd to say, but yes, that is the case. And how many yards he had? Devon Achane, 12 carries for 37 yards. And we lose that game. Chris Shula, hell of a job, Chris Shula. What you have done with this defense, hell of a job. I am grateful that you have done what you needed to do. Okay. But this offense let you down. Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, everybody on the offense, from the quarterback all the way down to the damn offensive lineman, needs to apologize to the defense and Chris Shula for wasting their performance on Monday night. That was inept. That was terrible by their offense. I'm not going to point the finger at Sean McVay because he caught the plays and the plays were there to be made. The offense didn't execute them. They were there. They didn't execute. Now we're in the position that we're in. Speaking of which, let me go back into my presentation here. Because with that loss, we fall to 4-5. And guess what? Now we're sitting at third in the NFC. Because the 49ers have a 5-4 record. We have a 4-5 record. And we beat San Francisco. And on top of that, we're 2 games behind the Arizona Cardinals because they already beat us in week 2 in that ass whooping that they gave us. And then what make it even worse, let's look at the entire NFC. Now we're at 10th spot because the Bears are 4-5, and the disgustingness that is this the Chicago Bears, they're above it because they actually beat us in week 4 in Soldier Field. The only time Caleb Williams actually looked like a goddamn NFL quarterback. Ever since that game, he has not looked like an NFL quarterback. What the hell happened there at Soldier Field? The San Francisco 49ers, they are sitting in 8th place. And we are chasing the Green Bay Packers, who are 6-3 and coming off their bye week. And guess what? They beat us at SoFi Stadium in week 5 before our bye week. Behind the 8 ball in every category you can freaking think of right now because we took a stupid ass loss to the Miami Dolphins. No disrespect to the Miami Dolphins. Y'all been hurt. Especially when Tua got that concussion. He could have had another concussion off that pick for Christian Rosewood was putting his head in there because he did take a leg to the helmet. Thankfully, he did not get another concussion. He was able to finish the game. No disrespect to Miami Dolphins, but like they say, you are what your record says you are, and y'all was not a good team going into this game, but y'all got a big road win. So, no, not taking nothing away from the Miami Dolphins. This is about the Los Angeles Rams and how inept they were on offense. And this is the position that they put us in. The offense has put us in this position. We're looking at the Chicago Bears who beat us. We're looking at the 49ers who we already beat, but we have another date with them. And we're looking at the Green Bay Packers who already beat us. Thankfully, the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears are part of the NFC North, which is part of the toughest conference in the NFC right now, with Detroit leading the way to later one. They still got another date with Detroit, both of them, and they got 2 dates with each other, and they still got another date with the Minnesota Vikings, who we also beat, but they ain't sitting in the fifth spot because they 7-2. Inexplicable L on Monday Night Football has done a lot of things to the Los Angeles Rams. And now the Rams have no room for error. They don't. They have to win majority of their games now. Because if they don't, it's over with. The season is over. All right. So we're going to take a quick break right here. Okay. And when we come back, we're going to preview the New England Patriots game real quick.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network proudly presents The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson, live every weekday morning beginning April 29th at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, welcome back to Ramily Talk here on this Thursday, November 14th, as Week 11 kicks off tonight at Lincoln Financial Field with the Philadelphia Eagles hosting division rival, the Washington Commanders. And then on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Rams will be heading to Foxborough, Massachusetts to take on a woeful New England Patriots team that are currently 3-7 on the season. And they are led by a rookie quarterback. This is the second game that we'll be seeing a rookie quarterback this season. We already lost to the number 1 overall pick. How we'll look against the 3rd overall pick. But before we get there, McVay has said that Rob Havenstein has a possibility to return, but it's more unlikely than likely, which at this point is like, bruh, let's wait till he gets healthy. And if we're in a situation that we can't make the playoffs, don't even bring him back. Let's wait till next year. That's the way I'm at with it right now. Nevertheless, we are going to Foxborough, Massachusetts. We are a 5-point favorite currently right now at ESPN Bet. And Drake May, the 3rd overall pick in this past NFL draft, is closing in on 1,000 yards passing with 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, showing a lot of poise. He's showing the ability to make some plays happen and whatnot. The running game for the New England Patriots has not been as stout as in normal years, where Monjay Stevenson 134 carries for only 512 yards and only 6 touchdowns on the year. Their passing game is somewhat decent. Running game is not as potent as it used to be. This is a game where the Rams need to get themselves together and get it done. It's plain and simple, all right? There's nothing else for me to say about this game. So, Patriots scoring just 16 points a game. They pass for 157 a game. They rush for close to 114 a game. They give up 22 points a game. They give up 209 passing yards and 130 rushing yards a game. Do I need to say anything else about what the Rams need to do? You're playing a rookie quarterback. Act like it. Just act like you just do what you got to do to get the job done, all right? Now make this perfectly clear. This is all that needs to be said. Go and get the damn job done.
Thank you for tuning in to Ramily Talk. Ramily Talk is sponsored by Fanatics, Lids, and Paramount Plus. Get your favorite sports appeal with Fanatics or Lids, and get great streaming service with Paramount Plus. If you want to donate to the program, you can donate to us via Cash App, $D Playmakers. That is again, $D Playmakers. And remember, you can follow and subscribe to Ramily Talk on all podcast directories, including Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. And those of you who are on Apple, leave us a great review, leave comments on how you feel about Ramily Talk and the episode that you listen to. Tune in again next time for more Ramily